Hello guys and welcome to today's tropical update, and this is going to be a little bit shorter of a video as there's only like 42 hours away from potential landfall in Madagascar. Here we are, we're talking about tropical cyclone Batsirai, and it's located 19.4 south, 53.9 east. Maximum sustained winds are 105 knots, give or take or so, which is 120, 125 around that, that area there, miles per hour. Minimum central pressure is 950 millibars, and as you can see, it's trying to come back together here for one final push before it goes into mainland, not mainland, but the island of Madagascar. Um, as you can see, it's trying to wrap around this red, cloud tops here, to complete the circle a little bit and try to clear out the eye a little bit before it inevitably makes landfall in Madagascar. As you guys know, that it did go through an eye wall replacement cycle, and it's kind of been hovering around, you know, Cat 3 territory because of that. But now it's trying to make that final push, as I said. All right, so here is the Joint Typhoon Warning Center's predictions here, and as you can see, there's some significant wave heights here of 52 feet. That's pretty big. Um, as you guys know, Joint Typhoon Warning Center, predicts weakening from here on out. And 512, they only predict an 85 knot landfall, which honestly I do not agree with, unfortunately. Um, like I said, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center really isn't particularly good in the southern hemisphere, so that's the problem. And I do predict a major cyclonic landfall in Madagascar. Okay, so here is the ECMWF. This is initialized at 18Z. This is the nifty thing about tropical tidbits right now, as they hugely updated the ECMWF, or European for short, and this is what we got out of it. So here it is, 3 hours out, 957 millibars, and as you can see, 24 hours out, 945 millibars, and here we go. At 42 hours, it makes a landfall in Madagascar. I'm not going to go any much farther than this. I might go because this is particularly the landfall spot here in central Madagascar. I might go out farther than that to look at rainfall amounts, which we will do right now. So, 952 millibars, that's a pretty decent, major cyclone that is going to affect Madagascar in less than 2 days. We are less than 2 days from this event happening in front of our eyes. So, you're going to be getting some very gusty winds, probably damaging winds, storm surge, on top of freshwater flooding and all that other stuff that goes with a very dangerous major cyclonic landfall like this. So now, since the European can do this, we're going to look at the total rainfall accumulations, and we're going to go out farther here just so we can see what is happening total wise. And this is what, like I said last night, there is going to be some stalling bands that are going to stay in place for a long time. That's just how it goes with tropical cyclones. If they don't move as quickly as they should, you're going to get training rain bands that are going to be pounding the roadways, causing flooding and all of that stuff. And as you can see, La Réunion, got some of that action. They got some mountainous areas got 1,400 millimeters of rain. Like, dear Lord, like, and that rainwater is running down the mountains, and that's probably excavating the situation down below. So that's never a good thing. But now that same situation can now be happening in Madagascar in a matter of 2 or 3 days. So, you know, you might want to get your stuff prepared, and pretty much you want to get the stuff done into completion here by tomorrow morning at the very latest. Because, we're going to go back here. And as you can see, some of these outer rain bands are already starting to affect Madagascar as we speak right now. So, like I said, by tomorrow, you got to have the stuff to completion if to stay ahead of the storm, if you can stay ahead of the storm, because it's going to be massive. All right, so here is the GFS, and as you can see, initialized at AT&T, 949 millibars, which is on par here, pretty much. So here's 24 hours out, 950 millibars, and it's pretty much the same situation as the European, 42 hours. So you don't have a whole lot of time. That's just all there is to it. Like, okay, let me see what the best case scenario here is. Which, as we speak, the sun is probably starting to rise in that part of the woods. So you probably have, maybe the next 12 hours to get some stuff done before conditions deteriorate. And as you can see here, 42 hours out, landfall, the same as the European. It is 954 millibars, which is a decent, solid Category 3 cyclone. So now we're going to take a look at the rainfall totals, which I'm sure is the same old song and dance as before. Yeah, 13 to 21 inches still, and we've talked about this. I can't drive it home enough that you got to watch out for the training rain bands. I've already said this probably like four or five times in the last 24 hours. You guys are definitely going to see some massive flooding going on in Madagascar. That's probably all there is to it at this point. That's one of the major problems that are going to be happening with this system. All right, so here is the AT&C H-Wharf, and as you can see, we're initialized at 949 millibars, which is pretty much on par with what ATCF and Joint Typhoon Warning Center has for it. And as we see, we're going to go out through time, 24 hours out. It does strengthen some, 938, 937, and it's probably going to make landfall at about 44 hours, according to the H-Wharf, as probably a major Category 3 cyclone. So, as you guys know, some of this terrain is pretty mountainous, so it's going to start weakening pretty quickly as we go out. So, as far as its journey throughout Madagascar, it's going to drop it's going to higher up for about 40 millibars or so as we go out through time. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. This is a short little update video to let you guys know what's going on. I will have a little bit more detailed video for you guys tomorrow. So I want you guys to take care, listen to your local, weather, stations to heat evacuations if you got to go. Honestly, I think North Madagascar and maybe South Madagascar is probably going to be the safest places for you guys to go when it comes to Tropical Cyclone Batsirai. All right, with that being said, once again, thank you guys for watching and have a nice day.